Look at this grid representing 100 modern millionaires. If you track where their money actually came from, 80 of them highlight as completely self-made. The majority of the world's wealthiest individuals weren't born into their money. They created it through a very specific culmination of daily habits practiced consistently over years. To understand how they break away, we have to look at the bottom of what we can call the millionaire pyramid. The vast majority of people spend their entire lives stuck at this incredibly crowded base. They aren't trapped because they lack intelligence or talent. They remain there because they succumb to passive psychological forces that dictate their behavior without them even realizing it. Achieving exceptional results requires acknowledging you are in that crowded trap and consciously deciding to play a completely different game than everyone else around you. This network map illustrates how social contagion spreads. Medical studies show if a close friend gains weight, your risk jumps by 45%. But even if it's a friend of a friend, your likelihood still increases by 20%. The people we surround ourselves with subconsciously rewrite our internal baselines. They dictate what we consider normal for our physical health, our daily happiness, and the level of ambition we accept for our own lives. Then there's the second force keeping people grounded, FOMO, or the fear of missing out. The constant digital pressure to go on the next big holiday or buy a new car forces people to sacrifice the time and energy they could be investing in their long-term potential, all for a fleeting moment of short-term comfort. In the book Think and Grow Rich, author Napoleon Hill captures this dynamic perfectly. He observed that weak desires bring weak results, producing about as much energy as a tiny fire trying to warm a room. Escaping the gravity of the crowd means curating your network ruthlessly. You have to burn the bridge to those short-term comforts and cultivate a burning, uncomfortable desire for something bigger, which brings us to the millionaire pyramid. This diagram illustrates a simple rule. Climbing requires an inverse relationship between difficulty and competition. The higher you climb, the steeper the journey. As difficulty increases, the crowd gets thinner, leaving fewer competitors. Most people view pain points and obstacles as signals to stop. Successful builders view them as active filters designed to eliminate the uncommitted. Take public embarrassment as the first major filter. When I started my YouTube channel, it was absolutely petrifying. By the time I hit 6,000 subscribers, screenshots circulated in group chats of people I knew, laughing at my videos and pouring out negativity. That exact friction point is where 90% of people surrender. I had to choose whether to stop or write it out. Leaning into awkward situations and accepting harsh judgment is a deliberate, required mechanism to outlast a fragile crowd. The next major filter is overwhelm. Look at how quickly unchecked worries compile. One problem quickly stacks onto another, flocking together until the mental space feels entirely crushed by the potential for disaster. The average reaction to this mountain of stress is to play a paralyzing game of what if. They hunt for every possible reason why something won't work, using those excuses as permission to stop climbing entirely. A self-made mind approaches the exact same scenario with a completely different baseline. They operate on the unshakable belief that absolutely every problem, no matter how daunting, is merely a puzzle with a tangible solution. Hitting a wall or failing at this stage is a mandatory requirement for upward growth. If you are climbing, you will fail at some point. Pushing through to the upper tiers of the pyramid means reprogramming your brain to stop cataloging endless problems and start relentlessly hunting for actionable solutions. But even if you master those habits, there is a hidden danger waiting near the very top of the pyramid, the trap of the endless blind grind. You can put your head down and climb with incredible speed, but without directional awareness, you risk conquering the wrong mountain entirely. At the highest echelons of success, continuous progress requires stopping entirely. You have to step completely away from the laptop, sever all communication, and zoom out. In the 1980s, Bill Gates began an annual tradition called Think Weeks. He would travel to a remote location, shut off all daily demands, and spend 7 days totally isolated, doing nothing but reading, learning, and evaluating the big picture. You don't need a whole week to apply this. You can dedicate 1 full day a month to unplugging completely. Step away from your phone and use the silence to read, journal, and assess the high-level trajectory of your life. The ultimate edge of the self-made architect is the engineered ability to embrace early friction, dismantle complex puzzles, and carve out silent space to think. That process is how you systematically reduce your competition to zero.